Michael Myers here, back again with another video. And yeah, we're gonna get straight to it. I decided to go live again because, like I said before, I just rather go live than me just make an entire video. So we're gonna get straight to the point. You guys already know what we're gonna talk about. There's been a lot of news, a lot of news of lately, new horror movies and stuff like that. You know, and a lot of you guys been asking me. But today, as you guys know, based on the title, we're gonna be talking about this new Exorcist trilogy. What's up, Michael Myers Reacts? What's up, man? How you doing? Glad to have you back on the chat. What's up, Jolie, Yolo? What's up, man? Glad to have you guys back. I hope more of you guys joined in today. The last live stream I did it kind of late, so there wasn't really much. But yeah, we're gonna get straight to it. Excuse me. But yeah, so as you guys know, we are getting a brand new Exorcist trilogy. We've been hearing, I believe, since a few months back, we were getting a reboot of the original Exorcist movie, and a lot of us were pretty disappointed. But of course, as we all know, it's not really gonna be a reboot. It's gonna be a direct sequel to the original. Kind of the same thing, you know, like Halloween 2018, kind of reboot slash direct sequel thing, whatever. You guys know what I mean. But yeah. So we all thought this reboot or direct sequel was gonna come out this year, 2021. Well, actually, it is set to be released October of 2023, which isn't bad. I know they're trying to release it in good timing for you know, the 50th anniversary of the original movie. Yeah, man, definitely like the Shining sequel. Yeah, just like Doctor Sleep, I believe that's a direct sequel. Excuse me, guys. What's up, Aiden Rivera? What's up, man? But yeah, so this new trilogy, actually, we just got the news like earlier this week that it's set to be a trilogy, and we all know that Blumhouse is behind it. Jason Blum, David Gordon Green, same people involved with the Halloween trilogy that we're getting now. You know, Halloween Kills 2018, Halloween Ends. So The Exorcist is pretty much getting the same treatment as Halloween. You know, it really isn't a surprise, you know, because, you know, David Gordon Green came out saying he was going to be involved with the direct sequel. And of course, that was the same route as they did with 2018. You know, that's pretty much the main thing they're going to be doing now with most of their franchises. You know, of course, we're getting the Scream relaunch. It's not really Scream 5, but of course, to us, it's Scream 5. Of course, you know, the Halloweens and then this new Exorcist. But yeah, so the first Exorcist movie in this trilogy, the new relaunch, set to come out October 2023. And like I said, one of my last videos talking about the Exorcist sequel or remake, whatever, you know, it's been doing pretty good. I've definitely been getting comments on that video like every day, you know, so, and especially since like the news came out of this new trilogy, a lot of people been tuning into that. So that's pretty cool. That's why I decided to do this little live stream talking about it. Do you think David could pull off the Exorcist though? I think maybe he could. I just think that he I just feel it's gonna have some type of like remake feel to it. You know, I feel like he was able to do okay with Halloween, but I'm not really sure about Exorcist, and I can't really like say yeah because I feel like I gotta watch it first, or we gotta know a little bit more about these new about this new trilogy. So the news that we know so far is that, and I know I should have wrote it down, or I don't have like another phone, you know, because I was reading articles. You know, I was doing my research before I went live, so I'm gonna come straight from my mind. So I might blank out on a few names, but you guys already know the actress who played the mother in the original Exorcist movie. Hold on, I believe it's should say right here in the back. Ellen Bernstein, the mother of Reagan, she is returning. She is planning to return to the trilogy, and of course it ain't no surprise. Pretty much same thing with Jamie Lee Curtis. They're bringing back like the main character, back into this. So that wasn't really too of a big surprise that she's returning. I think it's an okay idea because it's gonna have that somewhat, connection to the original movie, um, and also based on the little article, we are, from what we know, and like I said, I blank out on names, but we are getting a new character. I believe it's a new character. I forgot actor's name, but that his character, pretty much he's gonna be the one reaching out to Reagan's mother, because of course she's like a veteran. She's like a you know pretty much is known that what happened to her daughter 50 years ago. So this character is pretty much gonna it's like a father. I believe he's gonna be playing a father. He's gonna be reaching out to Ellen Bernstein's character for some help, to step in because his daughter is getting possessed. Now, I know I've mentioned in one of my other Exorcist videos about this new Exorcist movie about Linda Blair, and I will be talking about Linda Blair. I know we did get a little bit news about her, which I will get into. Exorcist 2 Heretic is what's it called. Yeah, and also the sequels. Of course, we got in the Exorcist sequels. Most of them were they pretty much sucked. The third one was probably the most decent one, and the only one I got right here is the beginning. This is the prequel to this one. But yeah, according to David Gordon Green, he's come out saying that he personally enjoys but he likes the sequels. So according to him, the sequels are pretty much gonna be canon. They're not gonna exclude the sequels. For example, just like they did with Halloween, they pretty much ignored all the sequels except the original. But according to David Gordon Green, in his trilogy, he's gonna be counting in the sequels. So yeah, that's what we know so far. Father, his daughter is gonna end up getting possessed, and he's gonna be calling in Ellen Bernstein's character for help. Now, it's so hard to touch that franchise because the original yeah, man, I agree, and I've said it before. A lot of people were disappointed. So was I when we heard that it was gonna be a remake. I think if it was a remake, it probably would have been worse. A direct sequel is kind of the same thing. I mean, I feel at the end of the day, it's gonna feel kind of like a remake-ish direct sequel thing, because we're pretty much gonna have another little girl possessed. The mother's gonna step in, and what I'm hoping for, man, is that they kind of do something a little bit different. I don't want to see kind of the same things played all over. Like I said in my other Exorcist video, I don't want to see a lot of the classic scenes in this movie being remade. I know it's all about paying homage, all about, paying tribute to this classic movie, but I just feel like it being so like major in it, like just being so like distracting here and there. It's cool, don't get me wrong, but I mean, like I said, for us fans, it's kind of a little distracting, So I really wouldn't want to see all that, man. Them remaking a lot of the classic scenes. I hope they do some new stuff, with this new little girl who's gonna be possessed. And of course, it's not gonna be Reagan. Now, let's talk about Linda Blair. Actually, first off, let me tell you a little bit more about this trilogy. So this trilogy is being sold to Universal, if I'm not mistaken, for $400 million. So that could be something big, guys. I guess they really do see potential on the Exorcist series still. This is kind of pretty much gonna be this trilogy a continuation to the Exorcist movies. Of course, we also got some type of Exorcist series a few years back, some type of TV show. It really didn't do good, so I guess they really want to step it up again. But yeah, they're gonna spend 400 million on this trilogy. Like I said, it could be something big, because and does it have potential? I think it does. I think it probably does. But I feel, if they really try some new stuff, and that's one of the main reasons I feel the Exorcist sequels, part two, part three, and even the prequel, they didn't really do so much, because what can you really do more with this type of content? Of course we had the original movie, something original. It was something like fresh. When this came out, there was really nothing like this. So I think that's why this movie was really impactful. So at this point, I don't really see what anything else new they could do. They could definitely have new ideas and everything, stuff like that. And that's what I'm hoping for. I really want to be surprised on what kind of new things they would want to do. Of course, Ellen Bernstein's character is going to step in, try to help this new possessed daughter. But I hope they kind of play it out different. I hope, like I said, they don't try to go the same route as the original did with Reagan. But I feel like it's going to be like AT&T giving us news to the Exorcist, and I would be one to get them like. Yeah, man, I agree. Especially since 2018 did that a lot. A lot of Easter eggs here and there, references. Like I said, it's cool, man. I really do like that, And especially with Halloween Kills, we're gonna get that as well. But I hope with Exorcist as well, they keep it at a certain extent and not too much. But Linda Blair, I read this article as well, where she pretty much has no plans on returning. I don't know if it's the trilogy, like the filmmakers have no plans for her to return, or if it's her personally who doesn't want to return. I know Linda Blair, ever since she starred in this original movie, her career was kind of, it wasn't really going too well at one point. She did go through a lot, making this movie. She was only like 12 years old. So, I do understand. But me personally, I would like to see Linda Blair come back, because at this 50 years later, I think she's at a point where, she could also take that veteran character as well. Just like her mother, I feel like Linda Blair could also take that role, help, step in, help the new possessed girl or whatever. And, yeah, I think it'll be pretty cool. But according to her, she really has no plans on returning for the trilogy. Like I said, I think it'll be pretty cool if she would return, because I think it would really have more of a meaning. It'll have more of an impact to the movies, because of course she was a big part of, The Exorcist. She is the main part of the Exorcist movie. So that would be pretty cool. But at the same time, I do understand why she wouldn't want to. Yeah, Linda Blair, I think she really could really carry on the movie. I'm not saying she has to take on that possessive character. Obviously, she's not. And also, a lot of people were thinking, she probably she might not return, but the Reagan character might return as, of course, an older woman, but played by someone else. I really wouldn't want to see that. I think if they were to keep Reagan in this trilogy or whatever, I think they should just use Linda Blair, might as well, right? But if they don't, I mean, it's not really too of a big bummer. I do understand. Because at the same time, what can they really do more with the Reagan character? So if they don't, it would be pretty cool. They reference her. Kind of tell a little bit about her story here and there in these new Exorcist movies. That would be pretty cool. I wouldn't mind that. But as far as her having like a big major role in these new movies, I wouldn't mind. I do understand that, because she already went through her shit in the original movie. But it'll be pretty cool to have her as, take on that role, that veteran role where she steps in and tries to help the new possessed girl. Hopefully Exorcist fan doesn't get debunked like Friday the 13th franchise. Yeah, man, I agree. Friday the 13th, I heard it's been going through a lot of legal hell. I don't really know what's up really too much about Friday the 13th. And for many years, man, we haven't really gotten an Exorcist movie. I believe this was the last one, 2004, the prequel. other than the TV show, which was like 2016, 17. So for some people, it is about that time for Exorcist to hit the big screen again. And like I said, the sequels didn't really do too good. So I also do understand why they weren't really making Exorcist movies after Exorcist movies. Um, but it's pretty cool, man. That they're limiting it to a trilogy. I still don't. I'm not still sure on how it could really play off being a trilogy. Um, it probably might be the same story, same characters, those three movies, um, or probably each movie being like a different story. But most likely, I feel it's gonna be the trilogy, all based on the same story. I would love to see a true sequel to The Exorcist, like follow Reagan after her possession. Same here, man. We got The Exorcist 2, The Heretic, which really wasn't good. I don't think it really followed that. Reagan's life after the possession and stuff like that. I know she was in Exorcist 2, but it really wasn't. It really wasn't all that. I haven't seen it in a long time, but all I know is that I really disliked that movie. It was just trash. But yeah, man. Like I said, I really want to see that as well. I would really want to see, like what happened to Reagan after what she went through, and even like I said, I would have liked to see her return as an older woman in these new movies and see what's up with her now. Take on that role, like I said, where she steps in, tries to help, just like her mother, because she was possessed 50 years ago, and I think she's like a perfect fit for her to really take on that role. But yeah, like I said, the trilogy, I feel honestly, personally, me, I think they should have just focused on a direct sequel first, or a remake, whatever, and then after that focus on the rest of the trilogy or whatever. Same thing with Halloween. I believe they were trying to make it a trilogy at first, but they were like they didn't really want to go ahead of themselves. They would rather wait, see how the first one's gonna do, and then after that they could continue with their series. And that's what they did. 2018 did pretty good, and that's why we're getting Halloween Kills and Ends. But Exorcist wise, I think it's just a little different. I feel because with Myers, it's more. It's more, you could do many things with Myers. You could go many ways, with the Halloween story, of course. But with Exorcist, I feel they could. I feel like they really could, man. But I just hope they do something original and something new that we haven't seen before. And that's why we've throughout the years we have gotten all types of exorcism movies and stuff like that. Many of them weren't really good. Like till this day, I don't think there's been an exorcist movie, a movie that has to deal with exorcism. I don't think till this day has been one that beats this original movie, because this is a masterpiece, guys. So for them trying to do a continuation, it kind of is a bummer at the same time, because we don't really want to see this movie get messed with, because it's just like untouchable. You can't really beat this no matter what they do. I don't think the new direct sequel or the trilogy is gonna be any better than this. I really don't think so. But it does have a possibility that it will be better than most of the sequels that we got later on. And that's what I'm hoping for, guys. I'm hoping we get a pretty good continuation. And like I said, I definitely do think they're taking this chance, to really do a proper continuation, because after those sequels that weren't really too good, I guess it's about that time. And at first they didn't even plan on making sequel. They just planned to keep this movie on its own, and they should have. But of course, when you have a successful movie, big impact, you gotta have sequels. So that's the reason they went for that. But honestly, I'm gonna have to see what they do. Same time, it's kind of just whatever. I hope they kill it, but you never know. Same here, man. I'm interested. I'm interested to see what they do, because I'm a big fan of the Exorcist movie. I wouldn't say series, but I'm a big fan of the Exorcist movie. So at the same time, I'm interested, but at the same time, it's just like whatever, because I don't want to see like just I don't want to see just anything. I want to see something good. And from what I heard, David Gordon Green actually has been working on this or writing, on this Exorcist movie since like Halloween 2018. So that's pretty good, man. That he's taking his time, and I really hope he has something good, because that would please us fans, because like I said, I feel we need that proper continuation to this classic. Even though I don't think it needs a continuation, but of course, from how stuff is going on nowadays, with these franchises, most of the franchises, I feel they're just gonna be direct sequels, or continuations to like the original movies. Like I said, Scream, to us is Scream 5, but it's pretty much a continuation, even though it's just titled Scream. Which kind of throws you off, you have Scream, the original Scream 2, 3, 4, and then Scream. It kind of throws you off, but of course, so it's a Scream 5. And I wouldn't be surprised, and I definitely am gonna predict this now, that this new Exorcist direct sequel is pretty much gonna be titled just The Exorcist. So, yeah, so like I said, the new one that's gonna the first one that's gonna kick off this trilogy is gonna come out in 2023, which is not bad, because I know they announced it like 2021. Even myself thought, they were saying it was gonna come out this year, but of course it's not, and they're just getting it ready for the 50th anniversary. So that's pretty cool, What's up, Sonic Bros? What's up, man? Chances of it not coming out though are slightly high because of the virus, which could disappoint a lot of people. Yeah, I agree, man. This whole pandemic, coronavirus, this slowed down a lot of things. Even though it's still going on, we still had a lot of movies come out. Who knows where we're gonna be at in the world when this movie is set to come out. But even if the pandemic is still here or not, I feel we're gonna get it either way. Same thing. And they pushed back Halloween Kills. They pushed back a lot of movies. The Candyman, direct sequel or remake, and we're finally gonna get that this year. So with this Exorcist movie, I feel we're gonna get it. I feel we're gonna get something. I'm hoping something that really is worth the wait. I always say that, so it should definitely be something worth our wait. I know a lot of people aren't really excited about this, Exorcist trilogy, and I wouldn't say I'm excited, but I'm interested. I'm interested, curious on what they do with the trilogy, because, like I said before, I think a trilogy, it really has, like you have 3 movies, right? So I feel with a trilogy, it does kind of help you, kind of structure it better, rather than making movie after movie, making it a long series, This is random, but what film do you think is better, The Exorcist or The Omen? That's a great question, man. That definitely is a great question. The Omen, I think, is a pretty good movie. I think it really has kind of some type of similarities. But personally, I think I'm gonna go for The Exorcist, because both of them have their own good to itself. The Omen is another great movie. A lot of pretty stuff I enjoyed in that movie. Pretty dark movie. I think The Omen is a little bit darker. Because it has to deal with like the 666. And then the little Damien boy or whatever. But I feel like as a movie, I feel I'm gonna go for The Exorcist. But those 2 movies are definitely my top 2 in that category, because these movies, Omen, The Exorcist, what was the other one? I believe Poltergeist, if I'm not mistaken. But these types of movies are pretty much like supernatural movies, movies that deal with real life stuff that can happen, So I think that's why those movies definitely had like a big impact, you know, because they really deal with real life stuff. Like I said, this movie was inspired by a true event that happened in the 40s or 50s, something like that. The only thing different is that it was a boy. You know, it was a boy, but at the time, William Peter Blatty, he didn't really want to, you know, make it a boy in this because he didn't really kind of want to, you know, show, or not show, but he didn't really want to, you know, mess with the boys, you know, identification, you know, and that's a smart move. You know, they changed it from a boy to a girl, and I even mentioned in one of my other Exorcist videos, you know, when we first got the news of this remake or direct sequel, I wouldn't mind seeing, you know, them following, or not following, but them kind of making this new Exorcist movie based on that true story, you know, with the boy and what happened to him. Based on this new remake sequel, it's gonna be a girl again. And like I said, I don't really see much like they could do, you know, because we already seen a girl in this. You know, and like I said, they could do some new stuff. That's cool. I would like to see new stuff, you know, but it would have been pretty nice if they kind of switched it up. Not exactly tell the same story of what actually happened in real life. Of course, switch it up here and there, but maybe have a boy, you know. But I do understand having a girl, little girl, innocent girl possessed. It kind of is a little bit more like impactful. It is kind of a little more, you know, a little more heartfelt, you know, because it is a little girl, and you know, it kind of does make it creepier, you know. Do you believe in a movie being cursed? Pretty much, you know, same thing with Exorcist, Omen, Poltergeist, and I'm pretty sure other movies. I've read a lot of things, seen documentaries on these movies being cursed and stuff like that. I don't really believe like the movies are actual cursed. I know a lot of things did happen, you know, during the making of The Exorcist, The Omen, you know, and then even afterwards, you know, a lot of things happened to the people involved in these movies. You know, some people died actually behind this movie, and I believe The Omen as well. But I think I feel when people say cursed, it's because this is the type of things that happen, and I think even Conjuring. I think some things even happened with the first Conjuring movie. But yeah, I feel this is the type of things that happen, man, when you're dealing with like real life stuff. When you're dealing with like the demons, you know, Satan and all that. Like that's serious stuff. So when these people, you know, are actually, you know, making a movie, you know, and dealing with this stuff, eventually stuff's gonna happen. You know, eventually, you know, because it's a film. You know, they're putting it out there, and from what I heard, you know, the reason why many of these movies were cursed or things happened behind, you know, the scenes and all that was because they're pretty much putting this Satan stuff out in the public eye, and the reason why all this stuff happened is because, you know, Satan or whatever, he really doesn't want that. You know, he really doesn't want that, so that's why many things happen. But as far as, you know, these movies being cursed, you know, you could say that. You know, I kind of, you know, don't really like believe, like, I mean, I wouldn't say believe, but that it happened, you know, and that's what I do think. I don't think as of now it could you know, I don't think as of now it's cursed, but back then, yeah, you know, and you never know, maybe something similar could happen, you know, dealing with these new Exorcist movies, you know, that they're about to make. Who knows? Like, you really never know, you know. But yeah, I feel that's the type of things that happen when you're dealing with these kinds of stuff, you know. Same thing with The Omen. I heard a lot of things happen, you know, with The Omen, you know, even Poltergeist and stuff like that. But yeah, that's a great topic. I would definitely like to make a whole other video or live stream, you know, talking about that, because like I said, I've seen documentaries on that. I've read a few things, and that kind of stuff interests me. So yeah, hey man, this is random. But what do you think is better, the H4 H4 or Exorcist original. I don't know if you're asking Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers, or Exorcist. I'm gonna have to go for The Exorcist, man, because it's a masterpiece. I love Halloween. I love Myers. Don't get me wrong. Um, and I think I even like this one more than the original Halloween. You know, this is my favorite, all-time favorite horror movie of all time, guys. If you didn't know, go check out my top 20 horror movies of all time. This is my number one because when I first saw this movie, it really, like, I don't know, like, it didn't really like scare me because I was already a little older when I saw this for the first time. If I saw this when I was a young kid, I probably would have been scared as shit, you know. But when I saw this for the first time, and the reason I didn't watch this as like a little younger is because I always thought this movie was like kind of boring, you know. But that's how it is, you know. When you're young, you have these long old movies, or you know, old movies to us when we were young. We kind of lose interest, you know, because you know, I remember I tried watching it one time, and you know, the whole beginning scene, you know, the whole backstory of the demon, what's the name, Possessor or something like that. That really kind of like lost me interest, so that's why I never really watched it at its entirety. But when I finally did, man, I'm like, man, I really wish I saw this as a kid, so it could have more of that impact on me, you know, more of a, you know, impact watching it for the first time. But I remember watching it for the first time, man, and it really stuck to me. You know, I really enjoyed it. You know, because it really was something that I've seen a few of the other exorcism movies, but like I said, nothing beats the original. Nothing beats the first one because this is what started, man. This is pretty much what set the principle for. I don't think just any exorcism movies, but horror movies in general. You know. But yeah, you know, this movie really, like I said, my favorite horror movie of all time, and this new trilogy. Like I said, I don't think it won't come close to it at all. It really won't come close to it. But I'm curious to see what kind of new stuff they do with it. Like I said, I think it does have potential to be something, you know, new. Like I said, the sequels weren't really that great. You know, I think it was a missed opportunity because from what I heard, it was all for the cash grab, and I really hope this really isn't. I think David Gordon Green. And I could be wrong, I'm not sure. But based on, you know, Halloween and stuff like that, I feel he really, you know, really tries to take his time and please us fans. You know, I don't feel they're just making it for the money and stuff like that. Even though 2018, it wasn't too great, but I still appreciate the, you know, the dedication, you know, the Easter eggs, the references, because that shows of them that they really do care about the franchise, you know. And I hope they have that same treatment to, you know, The Exorcist, man, because it's just a classic movie. It's just a classic movie. Imagine the theater experience. It would have been so fun to see it. Yeah, man, definitely. If they ever, you know, and I believe they have a few times, you know, kind of like rescreen it, like I believe on anniversaries and stuff like that. I would love to go see that. If you go on YouTube, you look up, you know, the Exorcist premiere and stuff like that. You can see like a lot of footage from, you know, back in the 70s, you know, when the movie first premiered. People were waiting in line for hours to see this movie because there was really nothing like this before. And you know what's the, you know, strangest thing of it? This movie came out a day after Christmas, you know, back in 1973, and that's what kind of caught a lot of people's attention. Like, oh shit, you know, this type of movie coming out a day after Christmas. Damn, you know, it was eating people's curiosity was eating them, so they really couldn't do nothing but, you know, wait in line to watch this movie. You know, people were throwing up, people were fainting, people were, you know, it was really, you know, a big impact. You know, definitely go. I recommend you guys go checking that out on YouTube. Just go look up Exorcist premiere, and you're gonna see a lot of, you know, pretty dope stuff. You know, a lot of cool stuff that how it was for people when this original movie came out. Yeah, the lines were long as hell. I wish a horror movie could do that again. Same here, man. I really wish we could get something like that again. I don't think we haven't really gotten nothing like that again. Since 1973. It's not like it's a slasher. It's not like it's a killer with a mask. You know, going after a teenager. We've seen that. At this time, there really wasn't stuff like that. So that's why it had a big impact. It was originality, and it was something fresh to the game, and it definitely changed the horror genre. So that's why I really love this movie. I appreciate this movie for what it was, for what it is, till this day. Personally, me, I don't. It really doesn't need a remake. Doesn't need a remake, direct sequel, because if you show this to a young kid today, it holds up. It really holds up today. People are still scared as shit of this movie if you show them, because it's just a timeless classic. It's timeless. I think the special effects, it's just still relevant. It still holds up to date, and that's also one thing I hope, man. That with these new Exorcist movies, I know technology is so high, CGI and all that. I hope they don't really mess a lot of that up. I really hope they keep it authentic, practical effects instead of all this CGI stuff. And like I said, I wouldn't want to see classic scenes being remade in these movies. The spider walk scene. For some reason, I don't know why. I don't know if it's because such an iconic scene. Um, I don't know if it's because such an iconic and famous scene. I feel they're gonna. I just have a feeling they're gonna try to throw something in there, or maybe even or just classic stuff that happened in this movie. But that's just my personal opinion, guys. The Exorcist trilogy, really, really am curious. Like I said, I'm curious to see what they do with it. I hope it lives up, or I want to say live up, but I hope it's something decent and worth the wait, and something decent to be put next to this. Even though I don't really like saying that, being put close to this, because for me it's always gonna be this on its own. Once the trilogy comes out, we'll see how it is. And the trilogy's the trilogy. We leave that at this side, and over here I think this one stands on its own till this day. And that's just my opinion. But imagine a new Psycho movie. That would be a true honor. A new Psycho movie. I believe we've gotten a remake of Psycho, which was terrible. A new adaptation of Psycho. I kind of do see that, because it is a movie that is another one pretty iconic movie. That really set the principle for the horror genre, and I wouldn't be surprised, a new adaptation of Psycho. But like I said, if they're gonna do reboots, direct sequels, I just hope they do new stuff, man. I just hope they do new stuff instead of redoing a lot of things they did in the sequels or in the original. And I think that's what makes a movie stand out more, rather than just recycling a lot of the same stuff, same ideas. Because when they do that, the movie is not really gonna hold up too long. It's just gonna be forgotten real quick. We need like movies like this that stand the test of time, that will forever be remembered as a classic. Like I said, you show this to a young kid today, they'll definitely be scared, man. Even though it's close to 50 years old, it's still probably the scariest movie of all time. It is what it is. I think the closest hype we had to the Exorcist was the Blair Witch Project, but even that wasn't big. Yeah, man, Blair Witch Project was another one that set the principle for found footage movies. I remember I also seen like few documentaries and few stuff about the Blair Witch Project. Blair Witch Project is another great movie. I love that movie. I definitely want to review it because I think it definitely like set principle for like found footage movies and movies that came out like in the 2000s and stuff like that. You know, a lot of people try to like kind of redo that. You know, kind of do spoofs and kind of copy that style of Blair Witch. And I think out of all the found footage movies, Blair Witch was probably the only good one in my opinion. You know, it's definitely better than the Paranormal Activity movies and stuff like that. But yeah, and I even heard Blair Witch Project definitely it stepped up, the promotion, the advertising for horror movies, and that's pretty cool. And I heard it's one of the most profitable movies, in horror, because of course those found footage movies are low budget, and it was a pretty successful movie. So all that profit they did, it's a pretty cool thing, and I think they did a sequel which kind of sucked, and they did a remake. I don't know if it's a remake or a direct sequel, but the Blair Witch movie that came out like in 2016, I didn't really care for that one either. But yeah, stuff like that, man. It's just movies like that. They can't touch the original. They just really can't touch the original. Same thing with Halloween. The 2018 movie couldn't really touch it. Child's Play. I don't think it's any other movies, any other sequel, anything they try to do with Chucky, it's gonna touch it. Same thing with Exorcist. And that's just my opinion. Hey man, I have to go. Awesome stream, brother. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I'm also gonna tune out of here soon. Just wanted to get on here real quick, give you guys a little bit what I think about this Exorcist trilogy. Thank you guys for watching. Definitely tell me what you guys think about this Exorcist trilogy. What you guys would like to see. What new stuff would you guys like to see? Are you guys interested in this new Exorcist trilogy? If you are, tell me what you guys like to see. If you're not, let me know why not. And yeah, that's pretty much my rundown on this Exorcist trilogy that they're set to come out. Like I said, 400 million being spent on this trilogy. So I guess they got something good in mind. They have something good in mind. They have something, it has potential, because 400 million for an Exorcist trilogy, like damn, and like I said, just because it has a big budget, I hope they don't, do all this CGI stuff, because that's what tends to ruin a movie sometimes too, all CGI, a whole ton of goreness, a whole ton of all that, like all up in your face. That really doesn't really make a movie good, it just makes it more intense, of course, more brutal, but it doesn't make the movie any better. And that's something great about the original and many of classics. The original Texas Chainsaw Massacre, there wasn't really a lot of gore. You didn't really see a lot of blood. A lot of the killings, but it's more of like in your head. It's stuff for you to imagine in your head, and that's what makes it more creepier, and it kind of has more impact on you. Like you said, you can't touch the classic movies, but what happened to Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street? Those movies, I feel Friday, Nightmare, I think they were remade too damn soon. I think they should have waited at least a few years, because 2009, 2010 was too early to remake Nightmare on Friday. And I feel that's why we haven't really gotten a movie of Freddy and Jason since then, because the remakes didn't really do too good, and now they're stuck. And Friday has the legal rights going on or whatever. They're fighting over that. From what I heard of Nightmare, the rights to Freddy went back to the Craven estate, and I even heard they're pitching for an entire new reboot. An entire new reboot for Nightmare on Elm Street. They're looking for directors, writers, and yeah, but like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if they come out to say, Heather Langenkamp is returning, part of the direct sequel of Nightmare. I really wouldn't be surprised now, because that's the new treatment with these horror movies. We got it with Halloween, we got it with Candyman, the new ones that are about to come out, direct sequel to the first one. We're pretty much getting that with Scream, we're getting with Exorcist, and next thing you know, they're gonna do it with Nightmare Friday, and you just never know. But I have a feeling with Friday Nightmare, I feel they might get like an entirely new reboot. I don't know, just something tells me they're gonna do a reboot with that. Sonic Bro says, "What are your thoughts on the new Chucky trailer? I missed the live stream either. I was outside for 2 months subscription. That's still no." The Chucky trailer, yeah. So I did a live stream talking about the teaser trailer we got, but then we got the full-on trailer a few days ago, and I will say my thoughts kind of. I wouldn't say they grew, but I do see potential on the series now. You know, even though I'm gonna be honest with you, I might make a whole other video talking about it, but I'm gonna just tell you real quick. I'm still not as pleased with the series. I do like that they're, you know, they gave us a taste of the series, and I like some of the stuff in the trailer, you know, in the series, you know, and I think I feel based on the trailer, this series is gonna be more of a fun series. I feel it's not really too much for you to take serious, you know, based on the trailer. You're still gonna have that comedic feel to it, which is no surprise. I thought they were gonna do that either way. You know, it's Chucky. But yeah, you know, other than that, I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna check out the series. I hope it's something good. I feel you know, it's still gonna have its gore. You know, even a lot of people do think. I thought myself as well. Since it's gonna be a TV show, they're gonna tone it down. But from what I heard, they're still gonna keep that tone there. You know, the whole bloodiness, the whole goreness. But it's just, man, I don't know. I feel that series, man, is just gonna be it's gonna be more of like a I wouldn't say watered down, or I don't know, man. But I just feel it's not gonna be all that. And that's just my personal opinion. I just feel it's aiming for a younger audience. That's just my opinion. I feel it's aiming for a younger audience, and I think that's what's been going on with the Child's Play series. You know, because what can they really do more with Chucky, man? Other than just have fun with the damn character. You know, they're at a point where like, fuck it, let's just do whatever. Let's make them funny. Let's make them wear a Hello Kitty mask. They're like, fuck it, might as well, right? But yeah, I'm not too crazy about it, man. But I would check it out. I would check it out for sure because I'm a Child's Play fan, and of course, something also I'm not really too big about, but I hope it turns out to be better in the show. Is that they're gonna go back exploring, you know, Charles Lee Ray's childhood, why he's the killer he is, and stuff like that. But I'm gonna leave it at that. We're gonna check it out, the series, and we'll see what happens. But that's about it, guys. That's it for the live stream. Pretty much wanted to talk about the Exorcist trilogy. Tell me what you guys think. You know, leave any comments down below. Any questions, any feelings, your thoughts, concerns, leave them down below. I want to thank all of you guys for tuning in today on my live stream, and I appreciate it. So thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for more videos. October season is almost here. I definitely got more content for you guys. Stay tuned. It's Michael Myers signing out. You guys have a good day.